What would you do if you suspected your partner was poisoning you? This woman was allegedly poisoning her husband without his knowledge. Dermatologist Emily Yu is married to Jack Chen, who is a radiologist. Jack claimed that he began to feel unwell in March. He began to develop stomach ulcers and a swollen esophagus. He noticed he was experiencing like a chemically taste in his mouth, but he couldn't really put his finger on why. Then he realized this would happen when he had his hot lemonade every morning. Jack already had concerns about his marriage, and he claimed that Emily was abusive and aggressive, which she denies. Set up hidden cameras in the house to try and catch her in the act poisoning him, and he believes he's caught video evidence of this. Images capture Emily pouring Drano into a cup, which he claims was his cup. She states that his claims are defamatory and denies all allegations. No criminal charges have been filed, but a judge did grant him a restraining order against her. Thankfully, they are currently going through a divorce.
Disturbing updates coming out about what David Eason did to Jace. This is information that led to the charge that David now has against him. See my previous videos. Marks were left on Jace's right arm and the left and right side of his neck from non-accidental injuries. So that would mean they were intentional, just to clear that up. It is marked in the documents that this happened on September 28th. If you will remember, September 28th marked the date that Jace ran away for the third time in 1 month. That night, he went out of his window and into the woods. Then he wound up in the hospital, and now he's back with Barb. Speaking of Barb, she and Janelle were back in court yesterday. David was not allowed to be there, as he is not allowed any contact or communication with Jace whatsoever. Janelle is only allowed it reportedly if Jace initiates it. But Barb and Janelle were in court yesterday. They are allowing Jace to continue staying with Barb. As far as I understand, reportedly, allegedly, Jace is still under CPS custody, but Barb is his caretaker and will be, that will continue as of court yesterday. I'll keep you posted. David has not been arrested. And just so y'all know, some people are miswording it. Some people are saying there's a warrant out for his arrest. I have not reported that because I don't feel that the reports that have said that are that accurate. So all I have said and will continue to say is that there is a charge, and I'll keep you updated.
This UK true crime case is absolutely disgusting. On the 11th of December 2017, emergency services were called to a house fire. It was just before 5 a.m. in Walkden, England. Firefighters battled to contain the horrific fire that engulfed the property. Time really was of the essence, as there was an entire family trapped inside. Many would have presumed at the time that this was just a tragic accident. However, the truth of what happened is absolutely sickening. Inside the home was 37-year-old mother Michelle Pearson. Her children were also trapped: 8-year-old Brandon, 15-year-old Demi, and 7-year-old Lacey, and 3-year-old Leah. Despite the fire service's best efforts, the eldest 3 children passed away in the fire. The 3-year-old was rushed to hospital but tragically died 2 days later. Mum Michelle was rushed to hospital and had to receive extensive medical treatment for her horrific injuries. She remained in a coma and had to be kept in hospital until March 2019. She tragically died on the 25th of August 2019. The horrifying deaths were a result of these 3 individuals: Zach Bolland, David Worrell, and Courtney Brierley. Terrifyingly, the trio had made homemade petrol devices in the kitchen of a nearby address. On the night in question, Courtney remained in the car while the 2 men smashed through the window of the victim's home. They then threw the devices inside the kitchen and the living room. Now, I have never heard of this happening before, but the fire spread so quickly and the heat was so intense that the smoke alarms melted before even having chance to alert the family. Zach and David were jailed for a combined total of 77 years. Courtney pleaded guilty to manslaughter and got just 12 years in jail.
You may have seen Megan is Missing, but you may not know the real-life story behind it. This girl disappeared, and then a few months later, her friend disappeared. And it's just as upsetting, so viewer discretion advised. Ashley Pond was a popular 12-year-old girl who left to walk to the bus stop on January 9th, 2002. But that evening, when she didn't return home, her mom realized that she'd never even gotten to school that day. People weren't sure if Ashley's disappearance was related to foul play or if she'd run away, because a few months earlier, she'd accused her friend's dad of trying to touch her at a sleepover. And because people suck, she was basically called a drama queen and not taken seriously. Her best friend on the dance team, Miranda Gaddis, got heavily involved in the search. And their dance team even organized fundraisers. But on March 8th of that same year, Miranda then went missing while walking to the bus stop. And this was the same bus stop, so people quickly realized that there was a predator among them and he probably lived in the same neighborhood. And the house nearest to the bus stop was owned by Ward Weaver. His daughter went to school with the girls, and remember when I said Ashley was the subject of gossip? Well, Ward Weaver was the man she accused. And after the disappearance, this man dug a hole in his yard and covered it with concrete. But he was so confident that he even invited the media into his house to see that the girls weren't there. This neighborhood nice guy was exposed as a predator on August 13th when his son's girlfriend called 911. She'd been at their house when Ward Weaver attacked her, and luckily she escaped and called 911. But Miranda and Ashley were still missing. While he was in jail for the attack on his son's girlfriend, the landlord came to visit his property. When the landlord looked up, he saw 5 fly strips completely covered with flies. And knowing that there were 2 missing girls in the neighborhood, the landlord realized he just found them. This is a long story, and the rest of the info will be in part 2.
I'm sorry, bud. Do you mind if I talk to her again? Okay, I'm gonna bring Kyle in here with you, okay?
This is 16-year-old Kyle Hooper, Amber Wright's half-brother. He's just finished a grueling one-on-one interview with a detective and is clearly distressed.
Both your kids are in thing for murder.
Number 2?
Yep.
What do you mean?
Well, we told you it wasn't a storm. I mean, it was like everything was planned.
Approach everybody?
Everybody.
Admitting that everything was planned is extremely important because it proves mens rea, premeditated criminal intent. So not only has Kyle essentially admitted to murder on videotape, he's also admitted to a specific degree of murder. First-degree murder.
We're gone.
They took my phone.
Everything's gone. James is on it too.
On what? Is it on this?
Now Kyle has also unexpectedly implicated his stepfather, James Havens III, stating that he is in on it too. Kyle Hooper, much like his sister, has told detectives a bit of a story while his mother was present. However, they likely realize at this point that he is the weakest link, as he was the one who originally confessed to his mother. He certainly doesn't seem to want to tell the full story in front of her, so the detective pulls him out into a room alone, where he sits wiping ink from his hands from his fingerprinting. Little does he know, a confrontation is about to begin.
So, I'm sorry. What's wrong? I want to be perfectly honest with you, okay? This is how I work. I'm giving you an opportunity right now to lie to me. Okay? If you take that opportunity, okay, you're a fool.
No, I'm not lying to you at all.
Everything that comes out of your little mouth right now better be 110% the truth, okay? Alright, now let's start back at the beginning of this. And this is your one and only last chance to correct any discrepancies you may have of the story that you told me. Okay? Want to start fresh?
Man, I'm scared. I really am.
Kyle, I'm sure you are. Okay?
I never do. I don't want to go. I don't want to go through all this.
This is a big deal.
Yeah. Okay, yes. Are you ready? I'm coming.
She can't leave. Is she trying to leave?
She's going to say she's going to. Oh, well, there's 2 in there. One is ours. That's ours.
Okay. Do not let her out that door. So she shows no signs You can't check for hemorrhaging. What is HCG?
It's a hormone that is secreted by the placenta only.
Okay.
And if there's a baby in there, the HCG is what the hormone that mandates going and getting the nutrients and bringing it to baby.
Okay.
So it's in mama's blood, mama's urine, mama's everything. And
Okay.
it stays up for 6 weeks.
Okay. All right.
It's taken off. You don't want no part.
Huh?
You don't want no part of this. He took it off. He's the OBGYN. Yeah, I was the one that got called up resuscitating the baby.
What did we step into?
Oh, it's interesting.
I don't
So-
remember kidnapping almost.
I think it's going to be that.
Yeah, because we've had Lamar County called here too. Lamar County, I talked to Texarkana, and then Bowie County.
So when I'm talking, they're talking. I don't understand. They've never done this before. Why are they keeping me? I'm like, I was like, hey, I'm just the ER doc here. I said, I don't know why you're not up and up
Okay.
this week.
She's in there. She refuses to have a vaginal check to make sure she's not hemorrhaging. They've done an ultrasound and HCG, and it doesn't show that she's been pregnant. They have the placenta.
Where's she?
She is in the room. She
You're not
is
letting her leave?
no.
Authorities make their way to Taylor's room, where an unbelievable truth is about to be revealed.
Thank God. She's on the phone now with her boyfriend, so I'll try to sidetrack her a little bit. He's an hour away. I can sit with her.
Well, that's what Chad wants to do.
Just talk with the ER doctor. They took blood work, HCG levels, which is a hormone. It's not showing she was pregnant. And they're saying that the placenta, they can send the placenta off for test and whether it comes back to her or not. She won't let her do a vaginal exam to make sure she's not hemorrhaging. So she won't let her.
Hey there. What's your name?
Taylor Parker.
Taylor. Hey, my name's Chad Stansby. I'm a OSBI agent up here, and I heard you brought your baby in. Did you give birth on the side of the road or something?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Where was that here? In Curtin County?
No, it was in DeKalb.
DeKalb down in Texas?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. So what happened this morning? Did you just go into labor on the side of the road or something?
No, I was supposed to ride with my fiance, and we own a hog buying facility, and we were gonna come through here, but I was having contractions and stuff and wasn't feeling good, so I stayed at home and told him we would just meet here after he dropped the hogs at 7. And he got tied up. I mean, he's on his way.
Okay. All right. Now how did you get here? Did you drive yourself?
No, an ambulance brought me. Yes,
Oh, okay.
like that.
Oh, okay.
Taylor states that her fiancé, Wade Griffin, will arrive shortly at the hospital.
The nurses said that you weren't wanting to let the doctor check you to make sure you weren't hemorrhaging or anything.
They did an ultrasound.
The hemorrhaging is the bleeding. Whether you're passing clots or not passing clots, it's really good to have you checked for that because